Hi guys, it's Carol. How are you? I'm pretty good. I did not get that chocolate cake made. Maybe tomorrow. We had a day. Um, I like my apartment to be calm and quiet, or well, the kids are never calm and quiet, but I'm used to that. But I don't like interruptions or anything different. I like my routine. We got a note from the office that today they would be testing the fire alarms. There are 72 fire alarms in the buildings around here. It's a red metal box like that with a white handle, and you only pull it if there's a fire because it lets out this horribly loud siren and notifies the fire department. Well, at least once a year, I think it's twice a year, but at least once a year. Seems like it comes around real often. They come out, the fire department, and test each and every alarm. To do 72 that are spread around the buildings takes a long time. It takes a couple hours. Well, we got the note that they would be doing that today. My grandkids I've lived here 8 years or 7 years. So Rhett was 1 year old when I moved here. So they have spent their life here at this apartment complex with me. I've always been their babysitter. So they have lived through this 72 sirens going off, and we all hate it. It's super loud. Up near the ceiling in my living room, there's a little bitty speaker, and if somebody were to pull the alarm that there's a fire, it also blasts in every apartment from these little speakers. We will never sleep through a fire at all. We'll get out. When my grandkids were little and I'd have them down for a nap or they'd get tired, and hear that alarm would go off and go off and go off. But anyway, we finally realized we could go stay at their house. I would stay here with the dogs and Casey would take them to their house. But anyway, we were dreading that today. Taylor and I both had a horrible headache. We were both sick at our stomach. And it was stressful, thinking, well, it's going to start any minute. It's going to start any minute. We got the note, but they never did do it. We saw the guys out here. I don't know what they were doing. They also have to test the hydrants to make sure water comes out. But they never did do the things. I guess we have that to look forward to tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, we were tense and stressed. We were waiting for those blasts of sirens to go off, Taylor and I. Red didn't seem to bother him now that he's older. And then the carpet people came at the same time that the fire department was out there. So, we were expecting the blast of sirens and the carpet people were here. They were supposed to stretch my carpet. At the seams in the hall, it's coming apart. And then when I moved in here, there's a seam from the corner of the living room to the corner of the bar. And there was always like a half-inch strip where carpet did not meet. And it was just a strip of down to the concrete. And I had complained about that the last time they came here to do an inspection. So the apartment complex manager had a carpet company come out to see if they could stretch the carpet. Well, they couldn't stretch it. So what they did is they cut out slices at the seams, and then they had a piece of carpet exactly like this, and cut strips and glued them in. It looks nice. I mean, it's the exact same carpet. They have a shop out here, and I'm sure they buy it by the roll, because normally it seems like they change carpet after everybody moves out. But this carpet wasn't new when I moved in. But anyway, so here the carpet guys came, real nice guys, really nice. And they had this industrial hot glue gun, is what I'm going to call it, that they plugged in, and it heated up and they melted that glue. Oh, it smelled to high heaven. Taylor and I were sick at our stomachs. Casey was gone to a job interview. She got a job at Michael's. It smelled horrible, and they did a very thorough job because it took a long time. We just wanted him to be done. And the UPS guy came at the same time as the fire department was here, and the carpet guys and the dogs were barking at everybody. But I had a new dog chew bone for Toby. Rhett took Toby to my bedroom and shut the door and kept him in there with the chew bone so he wouldn't be barking constantly. And Molly, she stays right next to me. She doesn't get away from me, so she was fine. I had Andy. He was fine. Anyway, when Casey got home from her job interview, she took Andy and took my dog Toby up to her apartment. Normally, I don't ever take my dogs up there because Casey has cats, and Molly and Toby hate cats. So I don't usually send my dogs up to her apartment, but she took Toby for me today. And anyway, we got through that, but we were just stressed all day. I didn't get the cake made. Oh, since Taylor had started throwing up, I called my other daughter and told her, you and your sons don't come over. We don't want to give you this. Obviously, it's catching because now I feel like that. So we didn't do chili today. What did we have for lunch? I don't even remember lunch. Anyway, that was our day. It's kind of stressful. But after everybody left, I went back to reading my book. This is a new one I started. It's first in the new series, a cozy mystery, a Beacon Bake Shop mystery. That's a series name. Murder at the Beacon Bake Shop. So far, I really like it. When I finish it, I'll tell you about it. Otherwise, I don't know what else. I don't have anything Christmassy to tell you, but I'm here for day 2 of Vlogmas, so I made it to 2 days. I meant to go get my hair cut today. That didn't happen either. It was just a crazy day, but tomorrow will be better. So what's going on with you? What's going on at your house? Let me know. Leave me a comment and tell me what's going on with you guys. One of you left a thing in the comments that I look like I'm feeling better, and so whatever I'm doing, keep doing it. I'll tell you what I think it is. Insurance will only pay for generic drugs. And there are different manufacturers. Casey and I have long felt that some manufacturers aren't as good as the others. I mean, I know it has to be tested and all that stuff, but we can tell if they change manufacturers, because sometimes they don't work as well as other times. And I probably already told you this. I had a psychiatrist here once years ago who would give me the actual medication, not a generic. She would get samples and she would supply me with samples. I was doing really bad at the time. She would provide me with enough samples to get me through the month. And then I saw her like every 2 weeks anyway. One time I was so bad I saw a psychiatrist 3 times a week. I'm so much better. But anyway, she would have me come in once a month, and then she would give me enough samples of the real deal to get me through. Because she told me generics are not the same. And she knew I needed the real thing. Then she moved to Houston, and there went my source, and I had to go back to generics. And that's when I ended up in the hospital, because I went to generics and they're not the same. I just crashed. But anyway, I think that's why sometimes I am down, I'm Eeyore, I'm sluggish. I have absolutely no get up and go. I think it's when I get a different generic, and some are worse than others. But anyway, that's what I think I'm doing. Otherwise, there hasn't been any change. I am feeling good, though, that I want to bake for the first time since I retired 11 years ago. That I want to bake Christmas cookies is a positive sign. I saw my psychiatrist this week, and she pointed out that's a positive sign, because you haven't done that in the last 10 years that you haven't had any desire to bake. So that's actually progress that I want to do something. So I'm doing good. All right, guys, I will talk to you again tomorrow. Maybe I'll have a cake to show you. Who knows? Okay, I hope you're doing well. What's going on at your house? Leave me a comment and tell me what's going on with you. I hope everybody's well. Wear your mask, wash your hands. COVID has gotten real bad in my town again. Everybody in my family, well, a lot of people in my family have had it. I haven't because I've had the shots. I haven't got the booster yet. And I'm kind of iffy if I want to get the booster. I mean, I don't know. But I see my family doctor next Monday, and I'll discuss that with her. Okay. Oh, also talked to my therapist, my caseworker this week, and we talked about kind of like self-care things. So I'm going to share some of that with you one of these days. I got to write down what I could remember. But anyway, I will talk to you tomorrow for day 3 of Vlogmas. Bye-bye. After everybody left, the dogs and I got on the couch with our red truck blanket, my book, and we just chilled out, trying to recover from our day.